Oh man, wow. Seriously, this is how you do a Doctor Who episode. Holy crap in a hat. I mean, wow. This was really good. This is a great character piece for the Doctor, and we've seen those before, but this is gold. Like, this is really good. Oh man. So let's talk about The Girl Who Lived. First off, before I go any further with The Girl Who Lived, let me say real quick that I feel like what was I gonna say? I totally lost my train of thought. I think, honestly, if you really wanted to, you could have put this episode somewhere else. You could have because it doesn't feel like... I mean, yeah, it does have some semblance to The Girl Who Died, but honestly, this feels like its own standalone episode. Like, you could have put this somewhere later on down the road, and you could have felt like, oh, we just need to go back a few episodes, and, oh, okay. Not like back-to-back. Because honestly, it's a different writer, it has a different tone than, The Girl Who Died, and again, you could have put this, like, you could have put this a little later in the show and be like, oh, it's a callback to earlier in the season. Yeah. Also, the writer, Catherine, I'm trying to pronounce her last name. I've got it, I'm looking it up right now. Tergena? I think that's the last name. Catherine Tergena. She has written, she's written some episodes of Torchwood, I know that. But this is, I think, her first time writing Doctor Who, actually. I know she did, like, she's done a lot of crime drama, and honestly, Catherine should come back. Like, seriously, if this was her first time writing Doctor Who, I would really... It's the same thing with Jamie Matheson. I want to see him, these are people I want to see come back and do more Doctor Who stuff. I mean, obviously we got Matheson back with The Girl Who Died, and now, God, wow, Catherine Tergena, again, I hope I'm saying that last name right, but yeah, she nailed it. Like, her first time writing Doctor Who, she knocked it out of the park. So, the episode on a whole is just the Doctor without Clara. This is the first... I think this is the first time, and not counting the little moments where the Doctor's by himself or with someone else, because Clara usually shows up. And yes, Clara does show up at the end of the episode, but for on a whole, I think this is the first time we have Capaldi's Doctor on his own in his own solo episode. So, yeah. This follows the Doctor trying to find some kind of weird amulet which is trying to, it's fallen into the wrong hands, and the Doctor meets Ashilda, the girl he made immortal, and the two of them team up to find this amulet, but it turns out that Ashilda has a different plan for it. Now, the last time the Doctor met Ashilda, apparently it was during the leopard colony, and she's actually been alive for 800 years at this point. This is France in the mid-16th century at this point. So, the Doctor and Ashilda, or she's now calling herself Me, she is now she's basically what the Doctor has become in the past, like this, very sullen, very distant, and very emotionless. I mean, the Doctor is looking at a mirror of himself of what he could become. He's easily looking at the thing he could easily turn into, and has turned into in the past. So, oh wow, yeah. I'm trying to remember. I can't pronounce the actress's name. Like the actress who played Ashilda. Maisie Williams. Yeah, Maisie Williams. I may have mispronounced that name, but Maisie Williams. God damn, I know she's excellent in Game of Thrones, but here, like, if you've seen Game of Thrones, you already know she's a great actress as Arya Stark. And she proves it in here. I mean, yeah, she played really good as Ashilda in the last episode, but in here, this is where you get to see her just really break out, because she plays a character, she really knows how to convey, this is not a little girl. This is a girl who has walked on the earth for 800 years. She's seen the fall of the Vikings, the creation of England, the 100-Year War. It's kind of alluded to that she was really Joan of Arc. They kind of allude to it. They don't say it out loud, and they could easily change that she wasn't Joan of Arc, but they kind of they almost make it sound like, she was Joan of Arc. Almost. Like, they almost give that, they almost make it sound like that. But yeah, Williams really just conveys that this is not a young girl who's talking. This is a very old, very haggard, very just emotionally distant character. And this, I think, is a great representation of what immortality could do to someone. Being immortal that long, and also, she did have children. She had multiple children, which were wiped out in the Black Plague. Wow. So again, Maisie Williams, holy shit, you you are amazing. And I think, she's only 18, really. She's only 18, and she's going places. She's going places, obviously, with Game of Thrones, and this really solidifies how good of a young actress she is, and what we're going to see from her in the future. What else did I want to say about this episode? Again, I just love the back and forth between the Doctor and the Doctor and Ashilda, because she makes a good point of the Doctor can just go anywhere. As old as he is, remember, he's at this point the Doctor's over 2,000 years old, but he can just go anywhere in time. He can pick just some random spot and just hang out, and then he can run away in the TARDIS. Whereas Ashilda, she has to go in, day out, and live through it. She has to go in and live through the hardship, live through the tragedies, live through all of these horrible things. Whereas the Doctor can just be like, oh, gotta go, gonna go to the future, gonna go further in the past, yay me. Yeah, but she has to deal with that, and that obviously is gonna do some damage to you mentally. That is going, I can't even imagine, being like that. And I love the moments between her and the Doctor. It doesn't feel forced. It doesn't feel, overblown. It feels like, these two immortal beings who, kind of have these great conversations on, the gift and curse, more often the curse of immortality. It's a great, it's a great speeches they have, and how, Ashilda has these great these great counterpoints to the Doctor. The action in here is pretty good. There's some great punchlines and puns in here, where the Doctor and Ashilda, after they steal the amulet, they get attacked by a highwayman by the name of Sam Swift, and he's like, "Oh, don't do the puns. I hate. Oh, now you're bantering. I draw the line at bantering." It was so good. The humor in here was just spot on. So, real quick, I want to talk about the main villain of the episode. I think from Leonis, I think that was his name. Obviously they're referencing the Beauty of the Beast, but it's not exactly like Beauty... it's mid-16th century France, excuse me. And it's obviously, with his appearance and whatnot, he's referencing Beauty and the Beast. And the whole life-death thing was a little confusing, but it kind of makes sense in a way. And he does kind of come off as like, ooh, I am going to, ooh, I'm evil. Yeah. I kind of wish they did a little more with him, but really, he's just kind of the backdrop of the story. He's, it's more about, again, the Doctor and Ashilda, and, he does play a point in Ashilda finally realizing, oh god, I do care about humans, even though, they're fleeting, the Doctor... the Doctor has a point. And it does leave off with a very interesting point of, are the Doctor and Ashilda now enemies? Are they now, even though she does say they're friends, but she will watch out for him. And she becomes the patron saint of the Doctor's leftovers, as she says. Also, I squeed a bit when, Capaldi mentioned Captain Jack. And she's like, who? Oh, you'll catch up to him soon. So now I can't wait for the endless amount of fan fiction of Ashilda going on adventures with Captain Jack. Another thing that's a good point is what I liked is how the Doctor brings up a great point of just because you're immortal, that doesn't mean you're indestructible. You can be killed. You're not invulnerable. You can die. You can't die regularly. You can't die normally, but you can be shot. You can be stabbed. and you can bleed to death and die. I mean, yeah, he did make a point of, you can't die of sickness, but the unnatural causes you can still die of. So I like how there are some rules to her immortality. But again, God, I would even love to see that as a book, because I know it would be awesome to see, John Barrowman show up in Doctor Who and have him hang out with Capaldi's Doctor. That's probably never going to happen, but yeah, I think it would be cool just to have as a novel. I would be totally fine with, like, a novel of Ashilda going on an adventure with Captain Jack in, like, World War II, or, going on an adventure in World War I or something of that, and, fighting monsters and Nazis and whatnot. Now you're probably thinking, God damn it, I want that novel too. Yeah. Although it does make sense that they would bring up Captain Jack, because, again, the writer of the episode wrote several episodes of Torchwood, so, again, it's a nice little nod. But yeah, all in all, this was an excellent episode. And next week, we are getting a 2-part Zygon story. I am so pumped for the Zygon story. You guys don't even know. Oh, I am so pumped for the Zygon story. It's one of the things I was really waiting for, and it kind of feels like Secret Invasion, like how the promo went off. It really did feel like something out of Secret Invasion. I mean, yeah, you've got 2000 Zygons living on Earth in secret, and it's kind of the whole who do you trust kind of thing. Yeah. We also get the return of Osgood, which I'm interested to know how that's going to play out. So, yeah. So you guys tell me, what did you guys think of this episode? Did you guys like it? Did you guys hate it? And what do you guys think is the future of Ashilda / whatever the hell she's going to call herself? Do you think she'll become, a major, obviously she's going to play in a bigger part later on down the road of this season. So what do you think is going to happen to her next? Do you think she'll become like something, like a new villain for the Doctor? Or, will she become a very powerful ally for the Doctor? Just comment below, let me know. Yeah, just really want to know. Also, do you guys want to see like a novel or, some like a special of Ashilda and Jack doing it like a team-up episode, like something like the minisodes that they love doing sometimes. Something like that with Jack and Ashilda going on a little adventure. Anyway, once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I'm out.